Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Namaste Experience. It is so good to have you, all of you. So, I was 15 and in a graveyard the first time I got drunk. I mean, really drunk. 15 and in a graveyard. And it was the most amazing, spectacular experience I ever had. I had never had anything like that. So it became kind of a habit. I started going to that graveyard every day. It was only about a block away from our house. I would walk over and I would just get drunk. So drunk that I could hardly walk home. And my parents would look into my eyes and they would say, "What are you doing?" I would just look at them. I wouldn't know what to say. It got to the point where I would do it not only in the graveyard where I could be alone, but everywhere. Everywhere I went, I would just be getting so drunk. By the way, I'm not talking about alcohol. This was not alcohol that I was drinking. It was God. It was at that graveyard, at a little statue. It was a Catholic graveyard. It was a little statue of the Blessed Mother. And I would just sit there in a little chair in front of it, and I would look at her, and I would feel this energy beginning to move through me. And at that time, I was really big into praying the rosary, which, I still am. And I would pray my rosary. And the more I did, and the more I would just give myself, all of my love to the Divine Mother, I could feel this energy, the only way to describe it is divine intoxication filling me. And it was so unlike anything I had ever experienced before. It transcended the world. All I wanted to do at 15 was to stay drunk on that divine elixir. And I did everywhere I could, on buses and fields, in school. People would say, "What's wrong with you?" Nothing. Nothing is wrong with me. And I realized at that early age that this experience of divine oneness and the lifting, the lightness that comes with it is what we're all seeking. How many of you have had periods like that where you were just so elevated in the experience of the divine that it was greater than any drunkenness you've ever experienced before? How many of you have ever known that? And it's interesting how we'll go in waves where maybe you'll feel that, you'll give yourself to it for a week, but then you slip out. The ordinary world pulls you back. And we forget just how delicious the experience is. I remember when I was in the anchor hold for 6 months, all I would do, that there's one little area. I can walk 5 steps this way, 5 steps that way, back and forth. That was my exercise. Every day for hours, I would walk back and forth as I chanted. Many times the chant that I would use was this: Ishq Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah Ya Jamil. A beautiful Sufi chant. And it means God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. If you want to know what God is, that's it. People say you can't describe God. Well, it's true, but lover and beloved. Can anything come closer to that? God is one. And the experience of that oneness, when we fully give ourselves to it, not hold back anything. Maybe that's That was the gift of being so young. There was nothing that I could hold back. I gave myself to the Divine Mother completely. I can remember right after that, I was an altar boy, of course. And I had just served Mass, and I was sitting on the curb of the church waiting for my mom to pick me up. And I was sitting there and just in that state. And I just kept saying, take me, take me, take me. I am yours. Do with me what you will. Let me tell you something about the Divine Mother. She takes you literally. She takes you literally. When you give yourself to her, she takes you. And you never know where your life is going to lead. All I know is that when those seeds were planted in my life when I was just a teenager, they began to sprout, and I was hers. From the very beginning, from the time I was 18, I was going to a public high school at that time, but I knew I was supposed to be a Franciscan, and I knew I just wanted to stay drunk on love, on God, all the time. To this day, it's the one time when I chant, when I sing, when I pray, whatever it is, it's the one time I know who I am, because I realize I am the lover and the beloved as one. So to celebrate that, and maybe to inspire that same drunkenness in all of us, we're going to do a little chant together. We did this a long time ago, but probably you don't remember it. And it is that Sufi chant, Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Say that with me. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jamil. Allah Ya Jamil. Sometimes they say Illah, but we'll say Allah. It depends. It depends upon the school. One of the reasons I love Allah as my favorite name of God is because it has the sound ah twice. Ah, Allah. That can get me drunk just chanting that name. Allah. Give yourself wholly. So let me sing the chant. We'll sing it a couple of times, and then we're gonna show you some hand movements as well. It'll be like a little dance in our chairs. And once again, give yourself to this. So let me sing it all the way through. It goes like this. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jamil. So it's 3 times, and then Allah, the last part. Try with me. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jamil. Let's do it one more time. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Feel that. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Drink in that wine. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jamil. Beautiful. Now for the hand movements. So it goes like this. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Ishq Allah Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jamil. And then a couple of times you hear me singing it in English. God is love, lover and beloved. When that happens, we just sway back and forth. God is love, lover and beloved. I actually recorded this song when I was in the anchor hold during that 6 months of seclusion, because all I wanted to do was to sing. It was like being 15 again and being drunk all the time. So I want you to be drunk now. There's nothing more lonely than being intoxicated by yourself. So I want us all to share in this divine elixir of love. Okay? So let me play the song. I'm wondering if you guys on Zoom, I'm going to just play a few seconds of it, and you tell me if you can hear it okay without me doing. I need to go over here first. Go onto the speaker. 1 second. I think this is it. Did you go off the speaker?
No.
You're still connected?
I am not.
Okay.
I'm off.
All right, let's see.
It was in the list. I saw staring in the list.
I'm trying to connect on my computer.
Oh.
Okay, what I'll do is we'll just do it through the TV. You guys won't hear it quite as well, but you'll be able to hear it. Okay, I want to see if the guys on Zoom can hear this properly. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it okay. The Zoom people. No one on Zoom can hear it? Give me a thumbs up. You can hear it, okay. Okay, all right. Are you ready? So just follow me. And once again, just give yourself, your whole self to the divine, however you envision or approach. It could be the Divine Mother, Divine Father, the Beloved, Allah, Yeshua, whatever it is. Let all the definitions just fall away and give yourself completely. Here we go. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jameel. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Allah Ya Jameel. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is love, lover and beloved. God is beauty. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah. Allah, Mabud Allah. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya. Give yourself completely to the divine. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Hold nothing back. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Surrender everything to God. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Let yourself be drunk on love. Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Ish Allah, Mabud Allah, Allah, Ya Jamil. Just give yourself to that quiet, holy place now. Surrender everything, holding nothing back from that love, that great ocean of love. Just surrender everything. Let's sit in silence for about a minute. when you're in love, deeply in love, words don't matter. There are no words. There's only radiation, extending, blessing. We could talk here for days, but not come to this quiet, holy place where we could sing one chant and we're there. So don't hold back on this divine elixir. No one's going to ask you to stop drinking this. It's not going to interrupt or destroy your life. It's going to give you life. Love. However you envision the beloved. We're only here to come into a full, absolute, uncompromised experience that God is love, lover, and beloved as one, wholly unified. We only have a few minutes left, but I'm not sure if Vicky has made it back. She was running some. Vicky, if you're here and you want to say a few words about what you're experiencing in this great love, this great ocean of love, please go right ahead.
Thanks, Brother James, and thank you. Thank you for this joining. Thank you, everyone, for wholeheartedly dropping into that heart of love. And the thing that the only words I have is that this state is it's a state without opposite. It's a knowing. It's not perceptual. There's knowing that this is true and that there's no opposite and that it's only a continual, ever extending presence or beam of love and joy. And anything is possible in this because it is all possibility. And I did come in late, Brother James, but I heard most of what you said. And I want to encourage us all to, we have been seated with this realization of our divinity. We came in with the realization of it, and we came in for it to bloom fully in us now, not later. And our earliest experiences are not memories of a past, they're experiences of a holy instant into a present. That's why when you speak of that experience with Mary when you were young, that's a present experience that you're giving voice to. And we all have that. I don't think any of us would be in this room if we didn't. And because our minds were more uncluttered and we weren't so busy thinking, we were innocently available, and we can be innocently available right now today. And that's what the holy instant is. It's a present experience that's ongoing, and there is no interruption in it. But when we dip into what we might think of as a memory from younger days as a child or whenever, that does come into a present day experience, and it's like a tractor beam. It grabs us and we can stay with it if we keep our eye on it, our heart on it, our mind open to only that, not to thinking, but falling into the heart of knowing. The heart of knowing is the heart of love. It's the heart of giving, and it emanates, like you said, James, it radiates, and we never have to leave our own backyard, or we could go anywhere. We just follow that tractor beam however it wants to express, and it's effortless on our part because it is the action and activity of grace. It's God's love in a grace that we can give to even here in perception. So I feel like every morning as we come together, or the truth is, any two of us are joined together, we are really not holding the hands of, it says we're in the presence of Christ because we are the Christ, but we only recognize our identity as we witness it in one another. And we join for the purpose of raising that consciousness into our awareness as our only purpose. That's what we do here every day, and what all of us do in any little gathering where our purpose is healing or holiness or love. Those are the instants that become our way of life. So nothing else is our way of life. That state of awareness we can live in now. It's a state of love that gives of itself, doesn't have an opposite, doesn't have any goal or outcome in mind, but we are given to whatever expression is ours to give. So I thank you, and I encourage all of us, whatever all of us have had these experiences, open to them and let them light that burner, that fire, the way this chant did for all of us together, because we speak a common language. We speak a language of vibrant love, vibrant giving, vibrant being present here now, being appreciative and grateful for one another and for this presence as it emanates through us to the whole sonship. Thanks, Brother James. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Vicky. As always, you hit it right on the button. The perfect close. Call Dave, I did see that you had your hand up. If you have something very, very short, like we only have about 30 seconds to a minute. So because you do follow the path of Sufism, if there's anything very short that you want to share, go ahead.
Yeah, I immediately reached for my copy of Rumi. This is what Vicky just said. The lovers will drink wine night and day. They will drink until they can tear away the veils of intellect and melt away the layers of shame and modesty. When in love, body, mind, heart, and soul don't even exist. Become this, fall in love, and you will not be separated again.
I love it. Drink night and day. Never stop drinking. Someone came this morning and asked me, how's your thing going? And I said, what thing? She said, not drinking. I said, oh, I'm drinking every day. Night and day, night and day. That's all I do. Not alcohol. No alcohol. But boy, am I drunk, and I'm going to stay that way. So let's all do the same. Let's just stay drunk on this love and radiate, because that's what we're meant to do. God is love, lover and beloved. Thank you, everyone. Yes.
A Buddhist chant is Om Hum. Om, the primordial sound.
Om Ahum. Beautiful.
I do that over and over.
Okay. Thank you, Catherine. All right. So go get a drink, everyone. Saddle up to this bar. On the house. And boy, you're gonna love the bartender. You're gonna love the bartender. She's pretty good.